Welcome to this lecture on charging infrastructure. In this lecture, we will take a closer look at the facilitation of charging infrastructure and understand the importance of it. In addition, we will have a look at the allocation of charging infrastructure and the challenges that come with it. Why is charging infrastructure so important for the adoption of electric vehicles? The availability of charging infrastructure can nudge people towards buying an electric vehicle. Access to charging infrastructure is one of the most important predictors of the purchase of an electric vehicles. Range anxiety is a form of anxiety what drivers can experience when they are unsure if their battery is sufficient to finish the trip. The placement of fast chargers across highways can alleviate this anxiety by providing a relatively quick recharge option. Peer pressure also plays an important role in the adoption of electric vehicles. When charging infrastructure leads to adoption of electric vehicles in an area, this adoption can therefore inspire others to purchase an electric vehicle as well. There are three rollout methods for the allocation of charging infrastructure: strategic rollout, data-driven rollout, and citizen participation. These are important methods to allocate charging infrastructure in the public space of municipalities. Other places to charge include private charging at home, charging in parking garages, also referred as a semi-public charging, charging at the office, or workplace charging, and charging on the road or highway fast chargers. Companies with large logistic operation or large buildings sites that want to electrify need a more tailored solution, for example, ultra-fast charging hubs with extensive planning. Charging patterns can differ between these types of chargers. Semi-public charger is generally shorter than on-street charging because this includes charging and facilities as shopping areas, hospital, and the cinema. Workplace charging will mostly take place during office hours, and location at the highway provide fast chargers with higher capacity and shorter charging times. A mix of chargers can ensure that different charging demands are satisfied. These different types of chargers come with their own challenges. In all cases, challenges exist in fitting charging activities in the local grid, especially during peak consumption window. For on-street public chargers, important challenges are the allocation of charging infrastructure and the business case of charging points. Private charging requires the installation of individual charging points, which also requires new connections and more personnel and resources. This makes them sensitive to delay, and whitelists are common. In an office setting, employees are likely to arrive and leave at the same time, which makes sharing of the charging resources more difficult. This predictability can also serve as a benefit, for example, in the scheduling of smart charging. Fast chargers require larger grid connection, which makes the business case more challenging than slower charging. In many cases, charging is located at traditional petrol stations. This could lead to unfair advantages for the already established petrol station with long-standing connections. Such a case was already observed by the German Monopoly Commission in 2021. To summarize, visible charging infrastructure is important not only to satisfy the current charging demand, but also to stimulate citizens to purchase electric vehicles. The location of charging, for example, a shopping mall or highway, can affect when and how long a charging session takes place. Allocation, business case, and grid connection were mentioned in the previous lecture as challenges in public charging. We also identified aspects of the market design that may lead to unfair advantages, as well as scheduling demand and scarcity of resources and personnel as challenges in the development of off-street charging infrastructure.